Ugh, this place has become a thoroughfare. Ugh, I wish Horatius would stop letting barbarians in here. What do you... I'm Sentia, eldest daughter of the magistrate. But you'd know that if you'd been invited in here and introduced What are you doing in here? Ugh, what is it with you people? You heard the rumor that my little sister escaped and, well, that's just a stupid rumor. We have no idea what I don't know. Can you? Can you tell me how a person could have disappeared from a city with no exits and no... It was 3 weeks ago. We ate up, we went into our rooms, I went to sleep. I think so, yes. But she was very careful about keeping his eye... Because our father had plans to marry her off, eventually, and even a... That doesn't surprise me. To him, it was like a prize cow. He's upset, of course, but he says he's too busy with the election to help look for her. So he's letting Horatius do that. I don't know. But it's been 3 weeks since she disappeared, and he hasn't come forward. All I know is... You really aren't from here, are you? All Roman women are named after their fathers. I think it's their... His family name is Sentius, so I'm Sentia because I'm the eldest. And my little sister is formerly Sentia Minor, but she is affectionately known as Sentilla. You really aren't his... Why? Because I'm on this couch and not pacing about the villa, wasting energy. I hope you're not insinuating I'm some... Oh, you're awful. Get out of my villa and Do I need to ask Horatius to... That's my room. Leave before I call Horatius.
Do you have any I've had plenty of time to think about it. I've always considered my guiding star to be our survival and prosperity. Give the gods what they want and we all prosper. The real enemy in this place is not the golden rule, but human fate. I trust that Sextus Sentius Imperiosus is my name. Before I wound up here, I was My men and I were at the Emporium in Rome as honor guard for a visiting. Now the port is usually bustling, but just as our guests arrived, waves of people began running toward They were trying to escape a terrible fire. Unfortunately, the crowd sent my horse into a panic. The next thing I knew, I was waking up on a riverbank not far from here. I went looking for my horse and discovered that I was elected 7 months ago, uncontested because of my command experience. Since then, there's been growing agitation. They're supposed to be annual, but I agreed to hold it sooner. Unfortunately, it just seems to have It's a cavalry officer. I had 30 men under my command. As magistrate, I usually wear a toga, but today I may need to... Very well. If I did, I'd have... Ask them. Good. Of course. What is it? Why then did you say... It doesn't matter. It looks like you'll have to continue. Thank you.
What were you two talking about? Don't play dumb. I saw you. What's he offering you? Money? Favours? What else would you be murmuring about on election? Mark my words, Malleolus is going to be magistrate by the end. You've been trying to undermine his hard-won victory. You'll have picked the... Good. Then stay out. Can't hurt. The name's Domitius. You want to get to Mal... Why? You want to see me fight? When Malleolus wins the election, yeah? This place will change. You won't even want... I think it's gone on long enough. And... We've already lined up the votes he needs to win. Malleolus, of course. If old man Sentius can't even protect his own daughter, how can we trust him to... Whatever.
On your best behavior, I trust.
A new face, Ave, and may Vesta watch over you. I'm Equi... It must be completed by dusk, just the same as any other official. It'll be between Sentius, the incumbent. Why do you ask? All of the male citizens who are willing and able to attend, unless... Well, you're not a citizen yet, But if it's any consolation, there are other ways to influence. By using whatever gifts the gods gave you. I'm responsible for announcing it and making sure that you can, assuming they're eligible and willing to. As I said, I'm planning to hold it before dusk, but as you wish. Certainly. Oh my. I take it people are quite direct where you're from. I suppose it's... Usually, however, you wouldn't simply march up to a Vestal priestess and... The proper approach would be to arrange an introduction through a mutual acquaintance in high office, by which time you would already know how to address me. And then you would find a way to satisfy your But to be honest, I've often thought what an unnecessarily formal way to Let's do it your way. You just keep being yourself and ask whatever you like. It'll be a refreshing change. You know, I'm not entirely sure. But what about you? Karen, you say? Older. I see. I apologize. I don't mean to be cryptic. Have you spoken with any of the others about how... I really think you should. Go around and ask them what they remember and see... I know. I just don't want to see what happened to... Up until a few weeks ago, she was a perfectly productive member of our little community, darning clothes and She was always so chatty, always seeking out... And then, about a month, she withdrew, stopped working and became despondent, started muttering to herself. But she just looked at us with this haunted stare, called us bloodless shadows, and told us we were ignorant of some... Look, it could be unrelated. Perhaps she simply fell ill, but there is a small chance that she learned something, saw a pattern nobody else... I just don't want to... Thank you. Now, go and follow the thread of truth through this labyrinth, and come back to me if you discover any patterns. Come back to me once you've acquainted yourself with the rest of our neighbors.
What now? I'm a legionary of the 1st Italica, but there's not a lot of fighting down here. So the magistrate has us. I act as the magistrate's right-hand man, keeping an eye on his daughter. I'm from Liguria, up north originally. I was doing alright for myself. 12 years into my service. Had a nice girl lined up for when it was all over. Not anymore. She's probably figured I'm long gone and moved on by now. My commander sent me to deliver a message to Rome. While I was there, I thought I'd do something nice for my girl. But that's when the crowd started flooding through the streets, shouting fire. People screamed. Then some Genetricum Fugitor tried to take advantage of the chaos and pinch my pendant. I remember chasing him through the crowds. Blacked out and woke up near here. No idea how I ended up floating so far downriver. But... don't be. As Seneca the Younger said, difficulty strengthens the mind, as labor does the body. That said, Scintilla's disappearance has... He's one of the better commanders I've ever had. That's for sure. Good stoic. Lives by Seneca's word. Treat your inferior as you would wish your superior to treat you. Can't ask for much more than that. I went around asking the same questions when I first arrived. Never did find a way out. But I learned how to accept my situation. To bear trials with a calm mind robs misfortune of its strength and burden. That's from Seneca the Younger, if you're interested. I don't see why not. Just... Of course. Well, as I always say, it's kind of like by threatening to execute 1 in 10 men. If you knew you could be executed because your brother-in-arms is planning a mutiny, well, you'd bloody well watch him like, because your only chance of saving yourself is to stop bad thing. It's brutal, of course, but effective. War crime. Isn't that a contradiction in terms? As Cicero said. Good. Perhaps we'll make a legion. What's done is done. I was forced to execute my brothers in arms, and those memories will all... As with the Golden Rule, I don't have any control over it. So railing against it would be like trying to stop the seasons or the tides. As Seneca the Younger wrote, true happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future, not to amuse ourselves with either hopes or fears, but to rest satisfied with what we have, which is sufficient. For he that is so wants nothing. If you like. Not that it's any of your business. But my loyalty, unfortunately, I don't think... See, Domitius has been going around town, shoring up votes for Malleolus with law. The man's a savage. But he's a gladiator, so people fear and respect him more than they should. Sentius knows about it, of course, but he doesn't have the same rat cunning. This place will be different with that Slays at the helm. But... I appreciate the thought. But you're new here, and I just can't... In any case, if you're interested in the election, go and have a chat with Equid. All right?
Name's Rufius. Better watch. Can't talk long. Got to stay. Family's from Seleucia on Tigris, Babylon province. But I've been roaming a long time now. Even joined the Legion. Same way as... Because we're all in great... Magistrate made me toss it in the chasm. If you were dealing with what I am... None of your business. Introiti ipsum. If we have... If I did, do you think we'd be... I'll tell you this much. Then you know. I mean, all these people just bumble along like nothing's wrong. While we're one bad decision away from being wiped out. Seems like I'm the only one ready for what's coming. Whatever that is. I don't know. But did you ever get the feeling some of these statues are watching us when we... Of course I am. Meliodas. Not sure I trust Sentius. Couldn't even put... No. Whatever.
What are you doing in here? Can't you see this woman is dying? She's been poisoned. She needs the resin of a plant called Silphium, but that Culus cumbulatus Decius won't give it to... It's too late. She was poisoned. She came in here frothing at the mouth. Normally, I'd treat her with resin of Silphium, and I knew Decius had some at his market stall, right around the corner. So I ran over there, but he just looks at me with this that'll be 1,000 denarii. There was no... Then that toad shrugs and says, supply and demand. I guess you don't... Anywhere else, I'd just pay a thug to steal it from his stall. But there's no way I can do that down here. So all I could do is come back, and now I'll never know who poisoned her, or how they managed to do it without breaking the golden rule, or why she cursed that snake's cruel black eyes with her dying breath. Well, unless you have the power to bring someone back from the dead, there's really just one. Get me that Silphium resin. I'm going to have another patient in here soon. Could be in the next day or in the next hour. And I don't care how you get it, but you have to make it happen. Because if I look, I swear to the gods below, not even the golden rule will... Well, come back if you get sick or injured. Day or night. Feeling all right? I'm Lucretia, and I'm going to be straight with you. I'm not a physician. This is Nevia's clinic. I'm tired and out of my depth and miserable all the time. My husband and I moved to Rome from Caesarea. He embraced the Roman way. I would have divorced him and demanded the return of my dowry, but I knew he would sooner have me killed. So I waited for the right time to take what was mine and disappear. As he prepared to evacuate our villa, I gathered our most precious belongings, coins I could barely see for the smoke. And the streets were full of people. The next thing I remember, I was waking up on... It's all right. Say what you will about this place, at least and while there's no shortage of snakes here, at least with the golden... Oh, this shrine was in use as a clinic, kind of strange to set, but the god who inflicts a curse is also the only god who can undo it. So, I suppose... Well, she used to run the clinic. She was a midwife, not a... until she suddenly lost all interest in us. One day this changes everything, she kept saying. But the last time I saw her, the last time any of us saw her, and then she shut herself in the palace, barred the door. She's been gone so long now, we figure she's either dead or up to something so strange that she doesn't want. But I really wish I could reach her, because that's the only hope I have of solving a troubling problem, a real thorn in the paw situation. One of my patients is suffering from terrible rheumatism. His joints are inflamed and he's in I really shouldn't say. He wouldn't like it. He's become so irritable that the smallest things set him off. And I worry he'll end up losing his temper and lashing. I just know Nevia would know how to treat him. Assuming she... Really? That would be wonderful.
How'd you do?